Hello, welcome to Blooming True Podcast. I am your host, Tiffany Renee, and this is episode number 2. What? Today, I want to speak with you about the concept of perfection. So, this idea or these thoughts started to percolate some time ago. But one day I was watching my cat, I call her Shiva the Diva. I was watching her sleep, and I had found her. This was like about a year after we had found one another, and she had come in, and she wasn't used to being indoors, and that was a whole process for her. And I watched how she just really started to open up. She started to trust. She started to trust that she would always have food in her bowl. She started to trust that she would always have a space and someone that she can share some warmth with if she really wanted to. That's her choice. She started to play. Well, when I first got her, she was like, "What is that? What are you doing?" What is that thing you dangling in front of me? I got real things to think about. Oh, goodness. And she started to allow more love too. She started to allow me and people to like pet her. And she started to get the hang of this human being thing and this play thing. It's been such a beautiful ride, and I just got filled up with so much gratitude for being a witness to that, and for her in a lot of ways, being a mirror and a teacher for me, because these are things in my own life I have been learning to trust in very big ways, divine, and trust that I am safe, all these things. And I was filled up with so much gratitude and love. And I looked at her and I said, "Oh, she's so perfect. I'm so grateful." And then I just started thinking about all of these other things, that I found to be perfect. I was thinking about the trees that are on my block. I started to think about the rose. Clearly, I love roses. I started to think about the blades of grass and just all of these different things in nature, other animals. I look at them, I laugh, and they're just so full of color and life and so many different types of expressions. And when I thought about their harmony, the harmony that we see in nature, uninterrupted, the beauty, the diversity, when we look at the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, the mineral kingdom, all of it I look at and I see is perfection. I know that's not the case for everyone, but that's what I see. The beauty in it all, the things that we see and we make wrong, like death, is just a part of the process, and I was like, wow, if I can see it in all of those things, express so much gratitude, express so much love, then why can't I see that in me? What's stopping me from seeing the perfection that is me? Because I believe Creator, divine, to be perfect. And let me tell you what I mean by that. I've tried different religions, studied different philosophies. I went from being a Christian to a Muslim, studied some other things. And really, I came back to, all right, God, I really want to feel you. I really want to know you. Let's get real personal. There was nobody that can teach me God. For me, I had to experience Creator. I had to feel it. I had to know Creator in the way I had to know Creator, because we all know. It's just a matter of trusting our own selves and not everything that we've been taught. And so, even as I sit, I began to meditate. And even now, as I sit and I breathe, I breathe in, that's divine, that is God. I breathe out, that is God. This awness, this everything that never requires anything, doesn't need anything from us, just gives and expands and expands and allows. And there's no cost. There's no cost. Being raised in the church, and I'm not saying that the church is bad or anything like that, but being raised in the church, even, outside of that, in different groups or ideologies or anything, we always find a way as people to separate and to make wrong someone, something else that is different than, other than. There's always the other than. And there's a healthy place to celebrate other than. But the ways in which we do things, we tend to have this idea, have this notion that intrinsic, all the different parts of us, the physical, our mental, our emotional, our spiritual, especially I believe in our American culture with consumerism and all these different things, there's always something we feel we need, and not coming from a place of lack, coming from a place of not having, not being, thinking that there's always something else we are supposed to be, and therefore never being content with ourselves, with our being. And on one hand, that drives us. But on another hand, that also is something that causes a lot of anxiety and stress and so many other things. The majority of us have experienced this. And so, if I come up hearing all the ways in which something's wrong with me, that then sets the precedent, the foundation. And I then create my experience based off of those beliefs. I act those things out based off of those beliefs. Those fear-filled, lack-filled, not truth beliefs. And yes, I did just say not truth. What if we allowed ourselves this idea of perfection? What would change in our experience? I wonder. And when I speak of perfection, once again, my understanding of it is being truth, being a part of this beautiful, harmonic symphony that is life. And having that start within me first. Seeing myself, accepting myself, really truly loving myself, and not the parts that I feel like are celebrated, because that's not truth, but also the parts that I have made shameful, and I have felt guilt around, and I have experienced anxiety and fear around showing. Even those parts. We all have them. Those are the major parts, because usually those are the parts that are running the show, trying to prove in some way, shape, or form that we're worth being here, that we're worth love, that we're worth being seen, that we're worth this, driving this unhealthy competition within ourselves and outside of ourselves, judging ourselves so harshly, and then doing the same thing to everybody else around us, whether we know it or not. I know I've done it. I catch myself now doing it. I want to emphasize that I'm not on a podium here. I am sharing my experience and the things that have been filling up in me to share their ideas. I encourage you to have your own and to speak your own and to express your own. That's what this journey is about. But in doing so, I don't have to shame, blame, none of that for anybody else's journey and walk and anything else. And I also want to add that what we do, and I've felt this for the majority of my life, what we do isn't who we are. It is a reflection of what we believe of ourselves to be. That is what it is. So what do you believe? I had to ask myself that question plenty of times, and I'm still, getting to some depths of some things that I wasn't in my conscious, that have been brought forth through the work that I do, the healing work that I do, because I believe, when you get into the healing arts and this is what you decide, the way you've been guided, and then you decide to go with that, okay, well, there's some stuff you need to clean out, right? And so here I am, cleaning house. Thank you for going on this ride with me. I really appreciate it. And there's a lot here. There's a lot here. But I challenge myself, because even to think about when it really hit me, this idea, I going back to the perfection, this being in harmony, being in union, being in flow with divine, with the divinity that already is you. Getting in touch with that center and living according to that. Not what the news said or what you did, what anybody else told you. Right? Listening to you. Because then you don't look for the savior or the guru. You know you are that yourself. And you honor the divine that is you. We all have different paths to getting there, but we are that perfect because we are a part of the all. We are that expressing. That's amazing to think about. That's incredible to think about, to know, not just to think about, but to know that I am that all loving, everything, just expressing through this vehicle, through and as Tiffany Renee, as Shiva the Diva, as the tree, as the bench, everything, everything. And so when I first really started to ruminate on this, I was like, I want to try this for a week. I'm going to live in this belief that I am perfect. And that ended very quickly, very quickly. So I am going to do it again. And this time, I'm going to take it one day at a time. Maybe even 1 hour. For 1 hour, I'm going to practice living in this space of being perfect, of embodying the understanding that the truth of me, the core of me, the essence of me is always perfect, is timeless, is eternal, is all love, expansion, wisdom, power, that is the absolute truth of me. And that I don't have to walk around looking for a savior of any kind to fix me. You don't have to do it either. Because just like Shiva the Diva and the tree and the blade of grass and the rose and everything else, we are perfect as well. We just think of what we do as who we are. And that's not our truth. Those are the things that we choose according to where we are in our experience, where we are within ourselves. That's it. And then we punish ourselves, and the world may punish us depending on how big it is, what it is we do, how we affect the others around us. This is where I'm at with it. And yeah, I'm trying it out again. And it's funny because I was debating on whether or not I have a lot of thoughts, plenty of thoughts, we all do. And I was like, I wonder if I should share this on this new, venture, this podcast, Blooming Truth. Should I share this idea? I was like, I don't know. I think I just need to ruminate on this a little bit more and put all my thoughts together and make it make sense. That's the wanting to control, that making the package pretty and perfect and perfectionism, all those things. So that I went to that same, I think it was the next day, a friend of mine invited me to something called Black Market Flea out here in LA. And it was all of these Black vendors coming together, all different types of vendors, and they were selling all kinds of things, from natural beauty products to apparel to vintage. Shout out to Nyala Neptune. She was there giving some tarot readings. Their music, DJs, it was food. I mean, it was a party. It was a party. It was a beautiful party. Everybody there was beautiful. Such a gorgeous scene. And while there was a man in a booth, and he was selling T-shirts. And I just so happened to look over, and the T-shirt said, "You're perfect." And I got so excited. I looked at him and I was like, yes, You are perfect. I am perfect. You are. We are perfect. Thank you for that. And I took it as a sign of confirmation. Just talk about it. It is an idea that is expanding, and you are ever expanding, but it's okay to share. And I invite you all to contemplate, meditate, share, ask questions, comment down below, whatever. I'm open. I'm open to it. Once again, I thank you for this time together. I send you all the love and the light and just joy. Just more joy, please. Yes, that part. Gratitude. Yeah. Blessings. Thank you.